Hello everyone, thanks for coming back to my channel. Happy New Year. It's January 1st, 2025. I'm very excited about this video today. I am going to show you how I'm going to set up my planners and journals I plan to use for the new year 2025. And in front of me you'll see there's a budgeting planner. I also have another journal that I'm planning to use for health and wellness that I'll share with you. And I also have a third journal that will be tracking my daily to-do lists and some daily trackers. Let's just get right into it. All right, so the very first planner journal I wanted to share with you is going to be my budgeting journal. This particular planner is going to be new for me. I've been tracking my budget for probably the past 5 or 6 years, and I'll show you in years past or the last couple years I've been using this notebook I got from the Dollar Tree. And it has inserts that I've been using for each month. This one I started October 2023. I did not keep up with this page, but in the beginning here, I had a goal to pay bills on time, to stop buying crafty supplies I didn't need, add more things to my Etsy shop, and do more videos. In my old one, I simply put the monthly calendar and when my pay days were. That way I know when I get paid. Let me see if I can cover this up. Here's my list of items that I pay monthly, and I list them out monthly and check them off when they're paid. So for me personally, I just sit down once a month and pay my bills and track it that way. So I'm hoping to be able to set this journal up so that I can do that easily. Some tools that I like to use with any kind of journaling I am doing. I have a fresh stack of sticky notes. These I will be using in all of my journals. This is lined paper and it's also a sticky note. That way if I have something, I make a list, maybe a grocery list, I can just add it to that. Then I also have some more sticky note pads that I got. This is recycled material, so I like the softer hues of the colors, and they're super sticky Post-it notes. I'm going to use those throughout the year for my planning. For me, I went on a little journey a couple days ago and I bought this planner, this 2025 planner. This is from Walmart. Then this is from Walmart. And I also purchased some pretty colorful pens that I can use in my journaling. Got these at Walmart too. And then I found this at TJ Maxx. It's a pencil pouch and it comes with a really nice ruler, and there's a pencil sharpener in there and an eraser. I also purchased a few other journaling pens and a couple of highlighters in pink shades that I'm gonna plan to use in my journaling to highlight things. And I'm a pink girly, so I got those in shades of pink. I did pick those up at Pop Shelf. I'm sure you can get things like that pretty much anywhere. And then there's also some washi tape I have in here. So those are just handy to have, and specifically I use this just for journaling, so it's with my journals all the time. I also have a very large collection of washi tape. I have another drawer the same size with more in it. This is from my craft room, so I just pulled this out of the drawer that I can pull from. I like to use these skinnier rolls of washi to make dividers in my notebooks. And I got these from Amazon a couple years ago. It was a huge pack, all these different assorted colors. So those are just sitting there for me, ready to pull out different shades of all the colors. I love it. Those are the basic tools that I'm going to be using in my journaling. I just really want to show you briefly how I set up my budgeting journal for the year. And I haven't done anything in here yet, like started using it, because I set it up to start January. And when I go to pay all of my bills for January, I will start using this. And let me quickly look in here, back here. I have all my monthly bills here that I normally pay. These are all extra down here. These are credit cards that I'm working on getting paid off. For now, these are all bills I have to make payments on every month. So I'm going to transfer all of those to my new budgeting journal, and I'll do that later today once I figure out how I'm going to set this up. This is a very compact planner, and this is going to work perfect for me because mostly I'm going to pull it out once a month. There's room in the front here for yearly expenses and saving, and this will be stuff I might use later in the year. It also has room for annual payments that you make and subscriptions. I don't know if I'll use that. I might. So then it's got room for the yearly calendar, and I've already set up all of the entire year of 2025. I put all the calendar dates in here. So those are ready to go. The only thing I'm going to put on here in this budget calendar are my pay dates. This is only for tracking my pay dates. I'm not going to put anything else in here because I have other journals I'm using for other important dates. So this is strictly for my budgeting. I put a paper clip on here so I can easily open the book to this month. And there's some other areas on here. I don't know. I might use this to summarize things at the end of the month because I do have some goals for lowering some expenditures on like food. I don't really have a budget. I go out quite a bit and eat because I don't like to cook. Hard to cook for one person. I want to be better at that and cook more for myself. So I want to start actually trying to figure out how much I'm spending, and so I can work on reducing that. So that's a good place to do that. If you don't like these headings, you can always get your washi tape out and cover them up to personalize them to your needs, and then, put a different heading on it. My savings, I really want to work on this too. I have a savings account that I'm trying to just put extra money in. I haven't really done much with it this year, but I do want to work on that. I have a separate savings for the Etsy funds that I have. I'm not very well organized with tracking my spending with that. I just kind of pay for everything with my credit card, and my Etsy money just stays in that account forever. So that's one goal I have for next year, is to actually use that account for what I'm buying for my Etsy shop. Mostly it's if I buy seam binding. I have not been paying for it out of that account, but that's something I plan on working on. Then here's my source of income. This is my job, and then other sources would be my Etsy shop. So I got those listed. I don't know if I'm going to mark down the amounts here. I might cover this up and use it for something else. And then there's extra room there for notes. So there's really a lot of room here to actually total everything up, and gives you a good feel for what your month was looking like. And then on the next page, it's got room for all of my monthly spending. This is where I'm going to track my the stuff I showed you in my old journal, my monthly bills that I always have to pay. So that's going to be right here, and I'll probably need room down here. So I'm going to cover this entertainment section up with washi and just list things out what I need them to be. Then the rest of this, I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but this is a whole area that I can cover with washi, and or if I start tracking, maybe I'll start tracking my crafty purchases, because that's a big part of my budget that I end up spending, and I need to work on that. I have one area that I just go down the list and pay everything every month, and I pay once a month. If they're auto pay, I'll write in next to it that it's auto pay, and I do that, number one, for my own reminder. I want this to be available because when my dad passed away, not that I'm saying I'm planning on that happening, but it's a lot for your family members to get a handle on the person's finances. This gives a clear picture of what I'm paying out every month, which things are coming out of my account automatically. I want it just to be all up to date and easier to follow. This is an area that I might track crafty spending and maybe food, because those are my biggies. Those are my main habits I spend money on every month. Those are biggies for me. Starting this year, I'm going to really start tracking that. All right, so here's will be February. It's going to be set up the same. Once I figure out the format, I will. And then this again is in here. I can move this around when it's time for a new month. Then in the back of this is room for debts. Like if you have some credit cards you want to pay off, or you have a loan for some house maintenance updating you did. I had to buy a new dishwasher and a new refrigerator last year. I have a 24-month same as cash with Best Buy that I'm paying, and I believe I have to pay it off by January of 2026. I'm going to use this to track how much I owe for that. Here is a section for monthly saving and a weekly saving, and then a page for notes. But if you don't want to use them like this, again, you can cover it up and call it what you want. This is perfect budget planner. Again, I got this at Walmart. I forget how much it was, but it's a really good little planner if you're looking for something. All right, so that's enough about that. The next one, I'll just show you briefly the other one I bought from Walmart. And this is a 2025 planner. Here's a couple of those sticky notes I just have in the front, so I can grab it out, write a note on it, and stick it in. And I added one here. This is the page I'm currently working on. So let me just briefly show you. I have started it basic. I started it sort of. And it's got horizontal writing spaces for each day. And then there's a section to write notes. So here's how I set up my the first couple days. I added a little washi tape up here just to add a little color. And here's where I'm going to keep my to-do list. My plan is when I wake up in the morning, when I'm having my coffee, I'm going to write down the things I plan to do that day. This does not include work stuff. That's separate. So these are just things in my life I want to do. So on Saturday, I wanted to go to Sam's and Home Goods. And I did that, and I just crossed a line through it when it was complete. Setting up my journals, so I'm still working on that. Look up recipes. I did not do that, so that's going to go over to the next day. I wanted to get started on some things for the Valentine swap I'm hosting, and I struggle with that, so I kind of started working on that on Sunday. And then I needed to crinkle some seam binding for my Etsy shop that I had run out of. So I did do that, and that's a couple day process, so it's still drying, and that's where we are with that. Then down here, I just made a note. You need to plan a YouTube video on journaling. So that's what I'm doing today. Then on the next page, here's Monday. So both of these spaces for Monday, and I just wrote up here that it was a work day. Kind of a quiet work day, being the last week of the year. So I wrote down just some things. I used one of these lip pens in a really pretty blue color. Just some general notes. I wanted to send new hire info. I did that. answer my emails, make a certificate template, change light bulbs. I have not done that. Work on Valentine's swap, pay a dentist bill, transfer money for my HOA. So I'm just kind of testing this out to see if I feel like this format will work. And I do like it for my daily to-do list. Then I added some washi here since I had some extra room. And today is a holiday. I did not do anything yesterday. So already I am struggling. Over here I have a note, record a video. I really like this layout. It's got this ribbon in it. And this is what the new month will look like. There's room over here for some little notes. Here I can put birth dates, important events or things, appointments. Then I have a full week starting on Monday for the full week. So that's my second journal. I have another one on order that's going to be, I might incorporate some of the things into it. I do have plans to do a health and wellness journal this year, and this is the journal I plan to use. My daughter actually got this for me a couple years ago, and I never started using it. It is actually called a wellness planner. So it's got a nice zipper pouch here to put stickers or washi in. It's got tabs. In the front here, I wrote out on sticky notes all the areas that I want to work on. Let me just pull these off, and I'm going to go over these with you because hopefully this will be helpful. And I just want to get them better organized, and I'll show you what's on this actual book here. I got the inspiration to do these from this page. And I didn't want to commit to writing anything on here yet. So that's why I wrote them on here. I'm going to personalize this to what I want to put in here from here. My areas I want to work on, I have a lot of them this year. Let's go to the big ones first. I get stressed in my life. So some things I want to work on to reduce my personal stress. Just a reminder that clutter really bothers me, so I want to get rid of some clutter. I already sold my Florida condo. These notes are actually from a couple years ago, so that's how behind I am on doing this goal. So I did that. My goal is to either reduce my mortgage or figure out how to pay it off soon or sooner. Exercise. Do some self-care by getting pedicures and manicures, get better organized, and be creative. That's a good creative stress reduction outlet for me. So that's going to be one area. Then another area for me is to try to stay positive. I need to tell myself to be thankful for what I have, smile more, have patience, and don't worry so much. Those are just general things, but they're important for me. Another big area for me, I want to lose weight this year, and my goals for that are through exercise, eating healthy, tracking my calories, think plant-based, drink less alcohol, walk more, and plan my meals. Then I also have some work goals. The work goals we're not going to include here. Along with weight loss comes exercise. For me, I need to start small, track what I do, stretch daily, walk, go to the gym. I'm going to go on more hikes. If I have to go into work, I want to pack my gym clothes so I can go directly after work. This one has to do with spending, and I'm going to be working on that with my budgeting journal. Goals for that are try to stick to my budget, no impulse buys, track my spending and write it down, and make a weekly shopping list. And some healthy habits are make good food choices, track my calories, watch my alcohol consumption, establish an exercise routine, and stay on track with my bills, which I'm doing with my budgeting journal. There's some other things related to relationships that I want to work on. I tend to be an introvert, and since my kids are not in the area, I feel like I've become more of an introvert. I want to try to be more communicative, call my friends to check in, make some new connections, be kind, and listen to others. And then I also finally, which is very important for me, that I struggle with, and that is to give to others in some way. That can be done through donations, volunteering my time, maybe do some acts of kindness to strangers. I don't know what that looks like. It could be putting somebody's shopping cart away, pay others compliments, and I might start going to church. I don't know. So those are my big goals for the year to help improve my health and wellness. And this journal is going to be just very basic for me. It's got stickers for the dates and a bunch of tracker things in it, pockets to put extra stickers in. Here's what it looks like for a monthly goal page. This is the very first page. Then it has a vertical weekly planner style. I prefer more horizontal. So here's what I did with the very first page for the monthly goals. I covered these with washi, and I'm not sure how I'm going to set this up yet, but I felt like this would leave it more open for me so I could set it up however I want. Then over here, I covered up the washi, and I can just come in here and do what I want. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but over here I did start, and I'm not going to put dates on here. I'm just going to track as I go, because there's going to be times when I'm not going to use this, and I don't want to waste the whole book. Here was my first entry on the 30th. I put a little sticker there. First day of journaling. My plans are to use this for tracking health and wellness goals. And then I said, see sticky notes and to just jot down thoughts. Right now I'm using this for tracking my daily bullets, to-dos. Then I just jotted down a few other things that I wanted to look into. And on the bottom here, I did start my bullet journaling habit trackers. This is for 1 week, so I'm just trying it. And my daily tracker habits I want to track are make bed, prepare Etsy orders. I do that at first thing if I have any. Pick up dirty clothes, take a shower, take a walk, tidy my bathroom, clean the kitchen, feed the cats, litter box, journal, empty the dishwasher, plan a meal, and craft or be creative or create something. There we go. Those are things I want to focus on, making sure I try to do every day if I can. And as you can see, I have not walked yet. It's been really ugly, wet, cold here. That's a tough one for me, but it needs to be there as a reminder for me. This is what this is looking like, and this will be for next week. Or if I fill this up before next week, I can continue on here. Maybe there's a recipe I want to use. Maybe I'll use this for my shopping list. But it's pretty much free for me to do whatever I want. If I don't fill it out by the end of January, I'm not going to use a new tab. I'm just going to use a new page. That way I can fill up this whole journal and I won't have wasted anything. So I've got this journal, my budgeting journal, my planner, and finally I've got one little composition notebook. Well, I have 3 of these actually. I've got one. This one's for work. I take notes from meetings, and it's very unstructured. It's just line pages. I come to the first empty page and I write down something for that date if something's coming up. Like here, I didn't even take any notes, but we had a meeting that day. So that's handy for work. I also have one that I track all of my swaps I want to participate in or that I am hosting. I have a Valentine's swap I'm hosting, and this is going to be come in very handy. My swap book will come in very handy to track all that. So if you want to participate, check out the video. One more, I don't have it yet. I think the brand is Hobonichi. It's a Japanese company, but I ordered a weekly journal that is coming from there. And I think I'm going to be using that for my bullet journaling. I don't know yet, but I ordered a little cover for it off of Amazon. And of course it came way before my journal. So this is leather and it's pink. It's got room for, my journal will fit in here. And if I want to put a pen in here, there's room for stickers down in there. If I want to take it like to a coffee shop, hang out and not bring my purse, I could put a credit card in here or just put stickers in here. Lots of room in here for things. And it's got these also where I can put it on the current page I'm working on. So very excited for my new journal to come and all of the tracking I'm planning on doing this coming year. I hope I stick to it. So thank you very much for watching, and hopefully this has been helpful for you in your new year and starting a plan to become better organized. Have a great day. We'll see you in my next video. Bye.